To support this podcast, go to positivesarcasm.com/donate. Any amount is appreciated. Once again, positivesarcasm.com/donate. Thank you and enjoy the program.
Jay here, positivesarcasm.com, recorded here from the Spare Parts Studio alongside New Hampshire's absolutely breathtaking, beautiful seacoast. Like, subscribe, share, donate. positivesarcasm.com/donate. Any amounts appreciated. Go ahead and shoot me an email, positivesarcasm@outlook.com, and ask me for some stickers to put on your surfboards. Questions, concerns, comments. You can also hit me up through my website, positivesarcasm.com, or through my email. You can also find me on Instagram. Slide in there. Be respectful. Positive Sarcasm on Instagram. _sarcasm on Instagram for all your questions, concerns, and comments. Excuse me. Ripping some Diet Dr. Cola. Diet Cola. Excuse me. Having an excellent weekend here. All the way from New Hampshire seacoast up to Maine's beautiful seacoast. Enjoying my time. No matter what comes my way, I always find a way to overcome. Being responsible for my financial well-being, my emotional well-being, my physical well-being. This week definitely had some of its ups and downs, but you know what? You can only control your effort. You cannot control always the outcome. But that there's probably a little bit more to that. As far as if you just keep trying, you keep trying to push more effort, working, never quitting, never giving up, never letting all the bad moments get you down, you're going to have way more wins than you are losses. And if you stick to your principles, as long as your principles are true, you're going to come out ahead. Even if you don't quite understand why or what you're doing. I have spoken with many people who just can't see, don't seem like they can get ahead. Well, they just don't know where to start. It's all about where you start. And there's a couple things like, look, this is the first very hot weekend alongside New Hampshire's beautiful seacoast, along Maine's beautiful seacoast. Massachusetts, you can have it. I'm all set. Canada, same thing. Forget it. We're talking about hot right now. There's a short-term solution for you guys getting through the summer, and for getting through this year, and then there's a long-term solution for all of you trying to get through this year. And this isn't going to pertain to all of you. Like I said, sometimes I do aesthetic wellness, physical wellness, financial wellness, mental wellness. There's all kinds of wellness to kind of start off this podcast, but we'll just do it too. I know you've seen everybody doing cold ice baths in the beginning. Look, I get it. Not all of you can go out and buy 56 packages of ice from the local store, dump it into your bathtub, and start your day literally freezing to death. I get it. Maybe you don't have that money. Maybe you don't have that time. But there is something that you can do during this hot summer to kind of gather your head, at least from the very, very beginning of the day, or from the afternoon, or from whatever. If you're trying to accomplish some things, whether it be in the morning or in the afternoon or after the gym, okay. I'm not asking you to jump into an ice cold bath. I'm not asking you to jump into anything sub-zero. But there is a way to quickly clear your head, cool down your body, so that you can at least focus for the short term on what you're about to accomplish. When you just got home and you got to turn on the AC. Or if it's not that hot in your place, but you need to cool down like right away so that you can kind of mellow into the current temperature that is your place, your apartment, your home, wherever, your campsite. So obviously you got to take a shower no matter what. It's been a long day or whatever, and you're going to take a shower. You're going to start your day, take a shower. Yeah, sure. Get into some water that your body is temperature friendly to, whether it's nice and piping hot to get your pores open, or something that's a little more warm that you're tolerable. Or, of course, if you just got a mad, crazy suntan, you're burnt up, obviously your regular shower is going to be way warmer than you're used to, and you're going to turn that stuff down. Well, look, towards the end of your shower, just start slowly to kind of cleanse your mind and get a bit refreshed for what you need to do next. And this is a short-term solution that absolutely works. Just start turning your shower down. Just start slowly turning it down. It goes from hot to warm to lukewarm to temperature to getting slightly cool, because your body's going to adjust to it very quickly. I know. I'm not, and you're talking to a guy who hates running into the water alongside the seacoast because it's always freezing. It could be, the sand could literally be boiling, and you will not catch me in the water here in my state, because it is always 1 degree above freezing. So you start turning that dial a little bit down so you get about warm, and then you start slowly getting colder and colder, and just go out, guide with it. And it's only going to take you another minute, maybe take you a minute, 2 tops, to start cooling down immediately, for your body to calm down, for your mind to clear. Just start turning it, and then by the time it gets to just about, oh, this is actually kind of cold, let all your extremities feel the water. Your abdomen area, your genital area, your armpits, your chest, your throat, your head, everywhere where there's a good flow of blood, soak your whole body in that gradually colder temperatures of water, and you will be feeling way more refreshed. You'll have a little bit of short-term energy so you can get a few things done, whether you're writing, whether you're podcasting, doing finances, do whatever it is, getting the kids ready for bed. This will help you accomplish a few more things before you got to close up shop for the day. If you need that a little bit of more motivation, just start in there. It doesn't even, you may have already showered and stuff, but you need to kind of refresh your brain. Jump in there really quick and get a nice lukewarm to just get cold shower. Colder, not cold. Get a cold shower. No. I don't start my mornings with cold showers. I'm not Jocko Willink. I'm not a psycho. So just start with a nice lukewarm and then slightly get colder and colder and colder until you feel like, ooh, okay. And turn that off. And then you're refreshed and you've got all those cold water beads all over you. Let that stuff dry on its own for the most part. Don't completely dry yourself off. Let those water beads kind of sit on you and keep you cool for a little bit longer, so that you can come down, feel refreshed, a little more relaxed, and accomplish a few more things before you close up shop for the day. This is just a simple, short-term, quick, cost-effective solution that will relax you and clear your mind so you can focus on things that need to get done. If you have something stressful that's on your mind, or you're just looking to accomplish a few more things before you call it a day, it's a strong solution. It's a short-term one, but it's a strong one. Now, I don't know if any of you watched the debates. Most of you who said you did probably watched them on Instagram. So we're going to skip that. This is, for now, this is noise. Excuse me, I need a sip. Stay hydrated, folks. Here's my thing. We're going to skip all that. I'll compare that to noise for the time being, because right now, yes, does it have implications? Oh, certainly. But we're going to treat that like noise for now. I want to talk to you folks that are in these high population areas where things are way more expensive than the things that I'm experiencing. They're way more hectic. The environment maybe changes. It goes up. The volatility goes up rapidly. Maybe you run into traffic jams because somebody's protesting. Maybe the violence or maybe the laws in your city or state are a little more relaxed on criminality, so therefore you're not sure if you're safe, if your car's going to get broken into or whatnot. Really, literally asking yourself, what are you doing there? Okay, well, we're talking about 2 states of mental, emotional, financial well-being. Obviously, a cold shower is great when it comes to mental wellness and physical wellness, so that you can relax and move on to your next step. But what's your next step? Well, if you are in a high population environment, I would consider that noise. Now, I have spoken about in the past people moving to New Hampshire, people moving to states where things are a little more chilled out. I still support that. I'm not really a huge fan of you guys moving to my state at this time because we have been overrun with people moving up here from other more restrictive states and restrictive cities, and it's taken a toll on us a little bit. But things are still very chill here. It's still very relaxed. You want to disappear. We have a beautiful state to the north of us that I visit like every other weekend. It's beautiful. But I spend most of my time in New Hampshire's beautiful seacoast, and I love it. Absolutely love it here. But because I am very able, within a moment's notice, to get away from any noise from where I am. But ultimately, for you, my advice to you is this. If you live in places like Los Angeles, San Francisco, Seattle, Portland, Oregon, Portland, Maine, doesn't matter. You live in places like Chicago or New York or New Haven, or Providence, maybe towns that just got too much going on. I think for the long term, look, a lot of people, I have friends that right now they're making a ton of money working part-time remote or living a little farther away and doing like a hybrid type of thing. So maybe like 2 or 3 days a week. They drive a little farther, but they're 10 minutes away from where they were, where the noise was, but it's much quieter where they are now. It's more peaceful. Maybe it's a little more affordable. And when you combine the idea of paying high prices only to live in the noise and have the conveniences of the supermarkets and the grocery stores and the gas station and the Targets, and now everything's locked up and you don't know, rent has gone up and owning a car in that town is far more of a pain in the ass than it used to be. Maybe, and it's not as safe as to go out at night. Whatever your reason, move away from the noise. For the long term, okay? Nothing good is coming from California anytime soon, okay? Almonds have not gotten better in flavor, okay? I'll be honest with you. Avocados are overrated. Nothing good is coming from Portland. Nothing good is coming from New York. Nothing, except for Andrew Schultz. Nothing good is coming from Chicago. Nothing good is coming from these places. These people are moving to quieter neighborhoods, more suburbia, more rural, more just out in the middle of nowhere where they barely got electricity just a few years ago, where they just got internet or Starlink showed up out of nowhere and now it gives them the ability to work at home. Go there. Jobs are paying very well everywhere at this point. I literally see homeless people standing next to help wanted signs and I'm not buying it anymore. Okay, the people who are at zero are there because of something that we could possibly as a society resolve. People who are at one, who are stuck at one, they are stuck there by choice. They choose to be there. You have a choice to go anywhere you want in this beautiful country and have a much more relaxed, free mind life for the long term. You have a chance to reinvent your life, get away from all that noise, and have a more affordable life, a more relaxed life where you're not worried about any of that stuff anymore. The conveniences of living in those environments don't exist anymore. They don't. Okay? I can live out in the sticks, but I can still be 10 minutes away from the things that I need to get. My cost of living has dropped. My credit cards have been paid off. I've taken responsibility for the things that I can do right now, the things that I can do 3 months from now, 6 months from now, 1 year from now, and focusing on, okay, I know what my 1 month plan is. I know what my 3 month plan is. My 6 month plan is. I know what I want 1 year from now. What is my 5-year plan? That's what I'm focusing on right now. Because I'm already trying to work on my 10-year plan. I've opened up a secondary retirement plan. I've already been working on my long-term 65-plus retirement plan. That's already in motion. I just started a second one. Yeah, you start it late, but whatever. You start it. I know I gave mine up to get a lawyer so I could get my beautiful dog, Chase Michael, but you know what? I have him. That's over and done with. Build a new one. Start anew. Your house burns down, you get another one. But you guys got to learn to get away from the noise that is out there right now, the noise that is out there on the internet, the noise that is out there in the city that you live in, the noise, the people that you're around. Maybe the noise isn't the it's not the place that you live in, but maybe it's the friends that you hang out with, the family that you have to put up with, the job that you tolerate. Maybe it's those things. And you know what? Those can all go away too. You can always find new friends. You can always find a new job, a better job. Family is tough, but I understand. There are some people that will miss you when you're gone. Maybe you don't want to deal with this part of your family anymore. Well, maybe another part of your family is like, oh, I'm so glad you stopped talking to them. We're your family now. That's true. Generally, sometimes people stop talking to certain parts of their family. The other part of their family comes out of nowhere and suddenly becomes more supportive, more outreaching, more friendly to you. So this noise, getting away from the noise can present itself with new opportunities because you were so focused on just getting through the daily grind of the noise that you were having to deal with. You never had time to stop and think and just deal with the peace and quiet so that you could focus on what was in front of you. What were your challenges for the next 3 months, 6 months, 1 year, 5 years? And you live in a quieter neighborhood. You've taken on a responsibility that I moved a picture. I'm sorry, I lost train of thought. You've taken on, you've moved away. It's like, okay, this noise is gone. I'm going to fill it with what I need to do now. 3 months from now, 6 months from now, 1 year from now, 5 years from now. And I now have the peace and quiet of maybe having a hybrid work environment or a work at home environment or just a different job in general, or you've just completely changed careers. So you're in a different career path now. I've done that. I've absolutely done that in the past, and I'm a better person for it. The person I am today is not deserving of the people who were in my life a year ago. I could tell you that for absolute certainty. So you guys need to focus on just getting away from all that noise that's in those stupid cities, those stupid towns, the stupid family, the stupid job, the stupid friends that were just nothing but keeping you down. You can make all that disappear if you simply just get away from it all, because in the long term, when it comes to election night or bullshit family get-togethers or jobs that you may fear you're going to lose, listen, don't worry about what AI is going to do. Worry about what you're going to do, and worry about how much you can accomplish in the meantime. Because if you get rid of that noise, you'll be able to better understand what is coming down the pike when it comes to AI or the election or what have you. And then you can be better prepared for these things and make better decisions when they do arrive or before they arrive. Get away from that noise. Move away from that stupid town. Get away from all that stuff. Go find a quieter spot. And you can accomplish wonders by simply waking up in the morning, having your coffee or tea, and just hearing nothing but the birds in the morning. Or maybe very light traffic in the background. Or maybe the occasional plane flying overhead. Or just the sound of the wind passing by. And your head is clear. And you can make better decisions because of it. You don't believe me? Try it. And you all can do it. It starts with just getting the opportunity to be situated somewhere else. And once you do it, make that jump. You don't need 1,000 things. Unload. You shouldn't have I get it. People have sentimental value to some of their stuff, like some of their furniture, but not all of it. Take what you need. Move away. Ask your loved ones who want to come with you, or your significant other, come with me. Let's go start a new life somewhere else. Are they keeping you there? Should they be keeping you there? Are your kids young? You can always move them to another area. But those who have the ability to move, I won't speak for all of you, but those who have the ability to get away from all that noise, I strongly suggest you do it now. Make arrangements in the next 3 months, July, August, September. By September or October, you can be somewhere else, starting a new life in a new town with new people, new jobs, new businesses, new opportunities for yourself, and a new way of thinking. That the quiet life is a life worth leading. So, that being said, I gave you a short-term solution so you can get through the evening, and I gave you a long-term solution basically for your entire life, for a new way of life. Try these out. Let me know what you think. That being said, we are definitely going to get to some Q&A. I have one here that I'm definitely wanted to look into. This is courtesy of Reddit. Sip of my sodas. I definitely treated myself this weekend. I've been doing very good with my nutrition. I've been doing very good with my working out. I'm still running 3 miles every single Monday. I'm still doing kickboxing, weightlifting, morning walks with my best pal, staying under 175 pounds, sometimes as low as 172. And this weekend I decided to fill myself up with carbs, reset myself mentally, enjoy a little bit of good food, relax a little bit. Didn't get a chance to go to the beach, but that's okay. Still had a fantastic weekend. And next weekend will be great, and the weekend after that will be great, and the weekend after that will be great, and this entire summer is going to be amazing. So, in the meantime, let's go ahead and look at some Q&As for people's lives who maybe aren't so amazing. By the way, if you want to support this podcast and all things PS, go to positivesarcasm.com/donate. Any amount's appreciated. You can subscribe to anywhere where podcasts are available. Video version of this podcast is available on YouTube and Rumble, and audio anywhere. Audio is available anywhere, including Substack, and it's also downloadable and streamable from my website, positivesarcasm.com. Now, for entertainment purposes only, I am not a licensed clinician or a clinical psychologist. I'm literally just giving you my opinion. My wife passed away in November of 2022. She left me with 3 stepchildren. Hey now, that is a lot. Left me with 3 stepchildren who have all been very clear that I am not their parent despite being in their lives for over 10 years. Their father has retired to the Philippines. They are 21, 22, and 25. Their mother and I have been helping them out with a place to live because our city is very HCOL. The youngest is in school, but the other 2 are employed. After their mother passed away, they stopped doing anything around the house. We had been charging no rent so they could save money. The older 2 were responsible for their own bills. Okay. Other than that, I paid power, water, internet, all the utilities. We even provided food for the youngest. Now they do nothing to help around the house. I have had to hire a cleaning lady to help. It's stupid. So I put the house up for sale. The price has gone up so much since I bought it, so I could retire to the Philippines if that was my thing. It took no time at all to sell, and I'm moving out to my cabin. I gave each kid $10,000 and told them that the house was sold. They aren't idiots. They had seen the sale sign and had been around the open house. Now they're getting upset with me for throwing them out of their home. I guess they did some of their growing up there, but they never treated it like much more than a place to sleep. I think that their mom would have been disgusted with how they treated me and our home. They pooled their money and got an apartment, but if they count on only the money I gave them, they will have nothing in a year. Am I the asshole? Okay, so the kids are 21, 22, and 25. So they've been legally adults since the age of 18, which means at this moment in time, one would have 3 years to open up his own dividend portfolio account, literally with the touch of a button. The other one would have 4 years, and the other one would have 7. Okay, multiple years to basically either go to a technical. All of them could have gone to a technical institute for 2 years, or some type of vocational school, gotten a certification in something, or have already begun working. So they'd already be cemented in a job by now, all of them. All are capable of buying a car or carpooling or using cab or public transportation. They are all 100% adults. These are not 13, 14, and 15-year-olds. These are 21, 22, and 25. So they're adults. They're capable of making adult decisions. Now, did they lose their mother? Yes, they did. That is sad. You lost a wife, and I'm very sorry to hear that. Their father left to go to the Philippines. Okay, so he's not around, leaving you with the responsibility of what? Being treated like you don't matter. Their father was They make it very clear that you're not their parent, okay, so if they make it very clear that you're not their parent, then you gave them full notice to sell the house so that you could start anew, because quite frankly, the image of your wife, the thought of your wife no longer being in that home where it's just a house now, it's no longer worth staying there. You really are doing the right thing by selling. Now, are you doing a proper thing by telling your kids, go out there into the world and make your own? Even without the $10,000, they're 21, 22, and 25, and they say that you're not their parent. You have no ownership over them. They've done nothing to provide to the house. Well, in that case, good luck to all 3 of you, 21, 22, and 25. You've clearly stated that you want nothing to do with your stepdad, so I understand why he wants nothing to do with you. But then again, he's literally just sending you out into the world. But he's sending you out with a combined income of $30,000. So they did the smart thing and got a small place together that'll probably get you for the year, which is good. That gives you all the time in the world to start your lives. You'd be surprised how much you realize you have and what you're capable of doing when you have nothing and can't do anything. You'd be quite surprised, like, once the money dries up and you start actually budgeting down to the last dollar, life gets a whole lot easier. You realize what your priorities are. I have no issues with him selling the house and telling a 21-year-old, a 22-year-old, and a 25-year-old to go out into the world, especially under tough circumstances like this. And I've talked about in the past about how you can save money in a few years and what you can get for like dividend payouts and things like that, just through, your stockbroker app, and have a little money coming in every single month, whether you use it for bills or building up or investing or whatever. It's there and you're doing stuff. And then you have plenty of time to, all of three of you have a chance to go out and get a proper job that will pay something. I'm sure the 25-year-old can probably get a place of their own, and the 21 and 22-year-old can probably go get combined a place. Or all three of you, which you did, go and get a place altogether. Either way, they made a decision. They have a place. They have 30 grand. They're on their own. You could have given them nothing. You could have given him nothing more than the security deposit and first month's rent for that new apartment. And if you're not on the apartment, if they literally did their own signing and you're not a co-signer, good riddance. They treated you poorly, and quite frankly, you need to start your own life. I see at first glance, and after rereading a couple times, I see no fault in your decision making. None. You sold the house that was no longer a home. And kids who didn't appreciate, three adults who didn't appreciate you to begin with, getting out of your life. You are now completely reliant upon yourself, and that's how it should be. So, I side with the husband whose wife died. I have no respect for the kids. At least that's what he's saying. Let's see. What time are we at? 20. Okay, we can do one more. Absolutely. We could do one more. Before someone went through, she's been through the unthinkable. What's the unthinkable? Okay. Throwaway, I'll make it as short as I can because I don't have much strength in me and I'm intoxicated as shit as well. That sounds like Reddit to me. I'm a 24-year-old man married to my wife, 25, for 3 years. We've been together since we were 17. We are quite possibly going through the toughest times of our life. So like 2 months ago when my wife was coming home at night at work, her car broke down. Some dude approaches her and told her he would help her, but instead she got molested, raped, and physically abused. Oh boy. Ooh, this is going to be... All right, let's just keep going. Okay, so she was assaulted. It was already 9 p.m. I kept calling her to no avail. Went to search for her usual route, but couldn't find her. Went to the cops. They started searching, and about 1 hour later, I went home, hoping she was there. She wasn't. I went to my in-laws. Couldn't find her. After like 2 hours, I got a call from the police. They had found her and directed me to the hospital. I immediately went, but was denied entry. Instead, cops pulled me aside and told me what happened. They found her all bruised and naked nearby. Even though I feel stupid, I myself didn't check her. Since then, she recovered physically, but not mentally. Yep. She doesn't go anywhere. She lies on me, cries, and doesn't tell me what actually happened, which I understand. Okay, so she's going through some issues, obviously. Fast forward a few days, my friend called me and asked me to meet them, so I went. Now they are saying she might have been cheating on me, even if she wasn't. Our reputation is tarnished. So I should divorce her. Long story short, she called me a bunch of names, and that's right, this guy is drunk as shit, and asked them to never contact me. Okay, my wife has quit her job, which is fine by me. I can work extra hard, but she isn't opening up fully. It's going slow. Instead, I told my wife we should relocate, like another state or something. She lashed out at me. That's her decision, not mine. We started crying. And she started crying. I tried to put some sense into her that people will keep talking and throwing tantrums at her. This guy is drunk. She will not recover properly. We shouldn't be here, but she doesn't budge. Not to mention my family is abusing me verbally for sticking to my decision. In this situation, we both are fucked. I don't know how to fix this situation. My wife focuses on herself without considering what I'm feeling. And so this is my family thinking about themselves without thinking my wife and me. What do I even do now? Okay. Did she cheat on you? How many times? Is that forgivable to you? What's the deal here? The other thing is traumatic. I'm not going to lie to you. That's traumatic. We have to separate the two items here, unfortunately. That was a terrible thing. You were with her for that. You tried to help her. She obviously has that problem. But if she was being unfaithful and doing all these things behind your back, she has essentially destroyed the marriage before anything else was to take place. So I just have to say, I mean, no respect is done. No respect is needed here. No respect is due. I understand she was assaulted. A crime, a terrible, terrible crime, in my opinion, punishable by death, was committed upon her. But it doesn't excuse what she did to the husband. If it is true that she absolutely was constantly cheating on the husband, then the husband has every right to leave, every right to give up the apartment, the house, whatever, take what he needs and get out of there. All right? It is a side item that a crime was committed upon her. It is a terrible thing regardless. But still, what she did to the husband that's in a lot of ways unforgivable. He didn't do anything to her. But ultimately, he is not responsible. He's just not. She was doing terrible things, allegedly, behind his back, and that in itself is grounds for divorce. That shakes the very foundation. It breaks the very foundation that the trust and love is built upon. Doesn't matter why she did it. The fact is, she did it. Apparently multiple times, according to these people on the app, on the Reddit profile here, that they saying she, fast food. My friend called me and asked me to meet them, so I went. Now they are saying that she might have been cheating on me. Okay. Well, was she? You need to find out for sure. You need to know 100% was she actually doing it. Okay? You need to know that for sure. You need to find that stuff out. Okay? Otherwise, my whole argument is moot. But the reputation's tarnished. What reputation? What are we talking about here? Don't worry about your reputation, okay? If she was cheating on you, yeah, it's over. You can call it a day, and that'll be that. That's one way of looking at it. Okay? And then sell your house, get rid of your apartment, whatever, and just move on. Okay? That's it. Unfortunately, her trauma will have to be processed by herself. You have no stake in the game anymore if she was being 100% unfaithful the entire time. Inexcusable, regardless. Okay? So, yeah, it's just that variable that makes this very, very, I wouldn't say tricky, but it makes it all the more emotionally charged. But it's not your responsibility. That being said, you can find me on Instagram at @positive_sarcasm. You can hit me up through my website, positivesarcasm.com. You can email me there, or you can email me directly, positivesarcasm@outlook.com, or you can hit me up through my Instagram at @positive_sarcasm. Like, subscribe, share, donate, positivesarcasm.com/donate. Any amounts appreciated. Substack, Spotify, iHeartRadio, TuneIn, Podcast Addict. You can... it's all there. Downloadable and streamable directly from my website, positivesarcasm.com. Check out my blog that I just recently posted about Joanne's Fabrics. It's called Welcome Mat. I just posted it about less than a month ago. And YouTube and Rumble if you want to go ahead and check out the video version of this podcast. In the meantime, hope you guys take some of my, advice for entertainment purposes only, of course. But thank you for listening, watching, and subscribing. And I'll check in on you next week. Hey, cool. Thank you. Recorded here from the Spare Parts Studio alongside New Hampshire's beautiful seacoast for entertainment purposes only. This has been a Positive Sarcasm presentation.